What's up, guys? So Capcom has finally revealed the rules and format for this year's Capcom Pro Tour 2017. So in case you guys are out of the loop, you guys are, what is this Capcom Pro Tour? It's basically this giant tournament league that allows players to attend and compete in different major tournaments scattered across the entire world, where they can accumulate points for their tournament placements and ultimately have a chance to qualify for the CPT Grand Finals held at the end of the year. It's televised and everything. It's insane. So this gives a chance for everyone around the world to compete, and there will even be online tournaments as well. So last year's total prize pool scattered across all the CP tournaments was $500,000, and that was a huge announcement. It got a lot of pro players playing and pretty much kicked off the Street Fighter V esports scene to like insane levels. But at last year's CPT, Capcom was really quiet about the next year prize pool for 2017, and that had a lot of people worried, including myself, on where it is right now. Well, Capcom has now confirmed that the prize pool for this year is $600,000, so it's even higher than last year. The Street Fighter V esports scene is still growing now, obviously, and will be even bigger this year. Now, there was a ton of feedback from viewers and competitors alike on the rules and format, so Capcom is now changing the rules for this year. So Capcom has made this statement: this year we wanted the qualification process to be much easier to follow for both players and fans alike. We want the focus of the Capcom Pro Tour to be our amazing community of players and incredible matches, rather than complex rule sets and qualification processes. With that being said, players are now no longer auto-qualify for the CPT finals, even if they get first place in a giant major. So a real big change. Now the format ladder will be entirely a point system. So this will help clear a ton of confusion from last year, where players were looking at the leaderboards on the CPT site and getting really confused because there's players that auto-qualified, but they're still earning points from other tournaments, and those points were helping them get a better seeding in the CPT finals bracket. But then they also have to distinguish that from players that didn't auto-qualify, and they have to look at their points, which isn't just for seeding, but it's for them to actually make it to the CPT finals. And they're like, okay, we have to remove these names. You guys get the idea. It was super confusing. Now it's just a simple, who has more points, the better they're going to get seeded, and who's going to qualify. You just look at top 1 to 32, and you're saying who exactly is going to make it and how far they are if they haven't made it already. Very clear. Now the two exceptions though, NuckleDu has already been qualified for the CPT finals this year because he is the reigning champion, so they already qualified him. There will also be one more additional auto-qualify spot given to the winner of the last chance qualifier tournament, which is actually held on the same day as the CPT finals. So it's just basically a last chance, a last chance for anybody who's trying to make it. Now, since Capcom is running an only point system, some people might not like this because obviously winning EVO 2017 will be much more difficult than winning other smaller tournaments. So Capcom has acknowledged this and will be giving out more points to a higher spread of placements for the larger tournaments. So, for example, EVO will give points to the top 256 players, whereas at Premier events, they'll only be giving points to the top 64 players, and then for the smaller ranking events, they'll be giving points to the top 16 players, just to make it more fair. Now, obviously, we don't want players targeting easier tournaments and just going on the grind and avoiding all the big tournaments so they don't run into the big boys and be awarded the same amount of points. So that would be different as well too. So for example, getting first place at a small ranking event will only give you 160 points, whereas premier events, the first place will give 400 points, and winning EVO, for example, first place will give 1,000 points. So a huge difference in that as well. So getting fourth place in EVO is basically the same as getting first place at a premier event, and getting fourth place at a premier event is the equivalent of getting first place at a ranking event. So no one could just weasel through and just, target all the tiny tournaments like last year. Also, the region qualifier events will now be region locked. You don't say. So now we don't run into silly situations where Daigo is representing Europe for winning the region qualifier, which caused a lot of controversy last year. Capcom says we will be able to truly see who the best player from each region is. I'll bet. Also, the online ranking tournaments are back, and will feature 4 tournaments per region with a much larger bracket this time, so you don't have to worry about being too late to enter it because it was full last year. So now you don't have to rush into it. Everyone will get a chance to compete in these online tournaments. So let me know what you guys think about this new tournament format. Do you think it's more fair to the pro players than last year? I personally love the new point system. I think it's a lot easier for viewers to understand and to follow and cover. I also can't wait for the CPT turns to start because we'll finally get to see international players clash together in Street Fighter V. We also got a March balance patch coming around the corner, as well as new characters coming out during the CPT year. So don't forget to like the video, guys, and be sure to subscribe, as I think since it's now easier to cover, I'll be able to follow the tournament scene much more and keep you guys updated on what the points and the leaderboards are. So till then, guys, take care.